Hello, everyone. My name is Lori Wesby. I am the MentorWE program coordinator here at the Great Lakes Women's Business Council. And today it is my absolute pleasure to speak with Gale Glickoff. She is one of a growing number of women in construction and construction services. She is the president and CEO of GD Top Notch Cleaning Services, Inc. And welcome, Gale.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So why don't you just give us a little overview of who you are and what you do, and tell us about GD Top Notch Cleaning Services.
All right. Well, thank you for having me. I'm honored to be interviewed and participate in this program altogether. I started off in the industry in about 1990. I actually acquired my builder's license and went into building and home remodeling at that time, and kind of fluked into the construction cleaning business. I was a chef of a restaurant prior to that.
Wow.
I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit, and I originally wanted to be an architect. So I have a love for buildings and architecture and that nature, real estate, anything to do with the building industry. So it kind of all flowed into each other.
Okay.
In 1992, I saw a need. I was working on construction sites, doing punch list things for some big builders. And I saw a need for the construction cleanup. They were always saying, oh, we don't have, this ready or that ready. And so I inquired about it, and I started putting together a crews. And within 5 years, I had 25 people going out every day to construction sites, cleaning up various stages of cleanup.
Wow.
So it started like that. And I loved it because it was everything to do with homes, real estate, building. I kept me in the industry. I was a licensed builder, so there was a lot of facets that I could kind of, check out and learn at the same time. Because as women in the industry, we don't have a lot of guidance. There isn't a lot of mentors. So this MentorWE program has been absolutely wonderful. Even this many years later, it gives you confidence and guidance to continue to move on.
Wow.
In a male-dominated industry, it was very tough in the beginning. I had some good mentors, some good woman builders that were never heard of, but kind of, blazing the trail. But
awesome.
still, it's just a hard road to navigate. But I did have a lot of people help me along the way. And long story short, I started getting into more of construction services, providing, laying paper to ram board to just general labor. And moving up into the commercial arena where, we would start doing commercial restaurants and all types of things of that nature. And then it became, we ultimately did it places like Little Caesars Arena. And
wow.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's major.
Yeah, so that's kind of how we've grown since then. But, there's still quite a trail to blaze and continue on with the ever-changing green and the women in the industry and giving an opportunity. So that's kind of, good.
No, that's great. That's great. Your story is inspiring. Is there some particular, I know you have a lot of business certifications and we'll get into that, but professionally, did you find that you had to go back and get certain certifications to do the type of work that you do, to remove, I don't know if it's hazardous material, or something like that? Explain a little bit about those requirements.
Well, I seeked out whatever certifications I could get, working in the city of Detroit, working with the veterans, working with minority, working with, types of cleaning, like you said, where it could be dangerous chemicals and stuff like that. So we did do all those kind of certifications.
Okay.
There's not a ton out there. We don't really deal with hazardous material. That's kind of where we sort of stop. But we do all phases of construction cleanup from inception on. So there is a lot to be, and then of course the OSHA certifications and all that we have.
Fantastic. So now let's talk about your business certifications. You are WE Bank certified, SBA, Woman-Owned Small Business, WBE, and how have those certifications opened doors for you?
major league. I suggest and recommend to everyone to seek out those certifications, because the connections with these certifications help you move forward, get more jobs, connect with people, network, especially the WBE. Actually, that's been the biggest and greatest one.
Yeah,
You know,
the
of all.
WBE.
Yes, for us.
So that one actually opened the door for the MentorWE program for you.
Yes.
So let's talk about MentorWE, which kicked off in 2019 and is supported by Ford Motor Company here at Great Lakes. And you were one of maybe 10 other women in construction who participated in this program. So talk about that experience.
Well, I went into that experience with the open mind, seeking, and so grateful for that kind of help, and grateful that Ford Motor Company put something together like that and brought us women together. The synergy was amazing. The support that we got from them was incredible. And it was something I had been seeking for the 29 years I've been in business.
Wow.
And this is my 29th year, and the whole time we would get bits and pieces. But this group and what Ford Motor Company did and WBE put together, they put mentors with us that were, you know, knowledgeable and were inspiring. And to me, that was like, that gave me a kick to go again, to give me inspiration. You know, because we kind of just, you know, we go and we make strides and then we fall back. And then with having that kind of leadership and hearing from them, it was so inspiring. I learned so much, which had actually helped me revamp my business and turn it around.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about some of the takeaways from the MentorWE program. What are some of the things that they caused you to think about that you had not thought about in the 29 years?
Okay, so I didn't think about upgrading and updating my office with the new technology things. We use a program now that brought us to the next level that I, you know, learned from one of the builders offering that up. I thought more about integrating with taking care of my people. Aristio really touched us with how they handle working with their people, and that gave me another way to look at things. I looked at branding with these companies where it's amazing the branding that they do, and I had it in place, but I really then solidified and brought it all together. I spent the time and energy learning what they, and then financials, that was another thing. And we were all struggling with labor or workers or people in our industry now wanting to do this kind of work is another challenge that we came on. But having this group behind us and the women together, that some of us were all in the same boat, and then having the mentors, Wallbridge, I mean, it's incredible. The Federated Solutions, Jennifer, I took something from each one of these groups and I said, okay, I'm going to really apply it and really go forward with it. And honestly, it changed my business around. For the last 2 years, we've never did more in sales than we did in the history of the business.
Wow.
So yeah. I invested in my people more. I invested in, you know, doing things that I needed to bring it up to that level. Even though we were doing well and recognized in the industry as one of the leaders, it was very inspiring, very inspiring.
That's phenomenal. Yeah, absolutely. So now fast forward to 2020, global pandemic. How did that affect your business? How did that?
To be honest with you, I'd like to go back to 2017. I had spine surgery in 2017. Wow. I had lung surgery in 2019. And the pandemic hit and I lost my mom to COVID. Wow. So it was very challenging to go through these things. But honestly, knowing I had that group of women to lean on, and then it was just there. If I needed to make a phone call to, you know, Ann at Aristio or Michelle, I could do it. And knowing that that group was there, that kept me going and was amazing. Excuse me.
No, perfectly all right.
So I went through like this tumultuous time in my life, and it couldn't have came better. And I'm so grateful for Ford putting this program together. I mean, the loyalty that I have to them and to this group of women and this whole group, it definitely inspired me to do a lot of changes and take care of me some now.
Fantastic. Now, have you been able to collaborate with any of your cohort or your mentors on any projects?
Yeah,
Are you looking-
cohorts I have. Yep, we did some business interaction business. I did with Gwen from the heating and cooling.
Okay.
So yeah, and I've talked to you know, other people. We kind of pick each other's brains for little stuff now and then, or a phone call. Hey, how do you handle this? It's so amazing to have that support. I can't even explain the gratitude I have for that.
Mm-hmm.
Honest to God, it'll change your life.
Yeah.
You know,
I
if
love
you take
that.
advantage of it and you really work that and work with them, it's great.
That's great to hear, and it's great to have you be able to share that. What advice would you give another woman considering coming into the field? And you know, we see you love the MentorWE program, but let's talk about coming into this field. There's still a lot to do, a lot more strides to make.
There really is, and I still feel that every day. You know, working in this construction industry, I would say have tenacity and make sure you. One of our mottos is, my mom's was, keep it moving,
Huh?
regardless of what, you know, things are happening on the sidelines. Keep pushing forward and forging forward, seeking out help, seeking out. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, construction companies, men, women, whoever owns them, they will help you if you ask. I've had them, I've reached out, and they will help you if you ask. But, you know, everybody's on a short time period and you know, rushing. You have to just take the time to continue to move forward for yourself, continue to trailblaze in the industry as women, because we are just, it's amazing what women are doing nowadays, you know? And
Yes.
I think if you, like I said, you reach out and you stay focused, I think, yeah, that you're going to make it. So there's plenty of work for everyone.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And I want to thank you, Gale, for sharing your experiences with us. And you talked about some of your challenges in the few years prior, but I just want to let everybody know that you were awarded the Core Magazine Entrepreneur of the Year in 2018. And in 2019, you were recognized as Enterprising Woman of the Year by Enterprising Women Magazine. And the quote is, no one has their finger on the pulse of construction industry quite like GD does. So that's high praise coming from your colleagues, coming from other people in the industry. And we're so happy that you were able to participate in the MentorWE program and that it was really beneficial for you. And you gained a lot and you gave a lot. And so we thank you and wish you continued success.
Thank you. I'm back at you. I appreciate everything and I have gratitude and look forward to shifting gears and pivoting constantly.
Shifting gears and pivoting.
That's it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.